Welcome to the Low Income Household Water Assistance Program webinar number 2. Today, we will provide a brief refresher into the background of LIHWAP. We will then provide an overview of the eligibility requirements, the application process, monitoring, and we'll end with highlighting important matters to remember and next steps. Today's note from leadership will be from Deputy Secretary of Community Development, Ben Melnick.
Good morning. I'm Deputy Secretary of Community Development, Ben Melnick of the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. First, I want to thank each of you who are participating today on behalf of your water or wastewater company or community action agency. DEO has previously worked with the LIHWAP providers, also known as community action agencies, who are on the call today through the Community Services Block Grant, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and the Weatherization Assistance Program. We look forward to continuing to strengthen our partnership. Also, I would like to emphasize how critically important it is to support Floridians across the state and to help ensure they have access to the vital resources and financial relief they need. Your involvement in this program is essential to its success, and we look forward to working with your organizations to offer these valuable resources to Floridians in need. We all have the same mission, and all of us here at DEO look forward to working with you and your teams on this initiative. We are pleased to welcome you all today to the second introductory LIHWAP webinar. The Department of Economic Opportunity was identified as the grantee to administer $75 million for the Low Income Household Water Assistance Program, herein referred to as LIHWAP, from June 2021 through September 2023 for the state of Florida. The purpose of LIHWAP is to provide much needed relief to low-income families who have either lost access or are at risk of losing their access to clean water and wastewater utilities. The goal of LIHWAP is to prevent disconnection and provide restoration of water services. This will be available for past, present, and prepayment of delinquent accounts. There are 3 key participants in our mission. First, the LIHWAP providers. They are the nonprofit organizations committed to helping low-income communities and Floridians faced with economic hardships. Second are the Florida water vendors, which includes the 5,031 water utility vendors and 1,869 wastewater utility vendors across all 67 counties and 411 municipalities. Lastly, DEO is the state's economic development agency designated to serve as the LIHWAP grantee for the state of Florida. DEO is responsible for implementing innovative initiatives in support of citizens, communities, and businesses.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary Melnick. We will now transition into discussing the eligibility requirements for applicants and the benefits the applicants are eligible for. The first requirement for eligibility is the applicant will have a total income no more than 60% of Florida's state median income. The second requirement is that the applicant must be responsible for paying their home water or wastewater bills. The third requirement is the applicant must be a resident of Florida. Fourth, they must be a U.S. citizen, qualified alien, or permanent resident of the United States. Households with priority applicants will receive the following additional benefits. First, an applicant household with 1 or more elderly members will receive an additional $100 benefit per household. Second, an applicant household with 1 or more disabled members will receive an additional $100 benefit per household. Lastly, an applicant household with 1 or more young children will receive an additional $150 benefit per household. It is important and helpful to work with local offices to identify all categorically income eligible participants. Recipients of the following programs are categorically income eligible: Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, Supplemental Security Income, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, and Means-Tested Veterans Programs. Though they may not be categorically eligible, recipients of the following programs may also be eligible: Housing Repair and Replacement Program, Homeowner Assistance Fund, Community Service Block Grant, Women, Infants, and Children, Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance Program, and Emergency Rental Assistance Program. While reviewing the potential program crossover with other local offices, it is beneficial to the community to consider how LIHWAP can be of assistance. LIHWAP providers will collaborate with other low-income programs and offices to identify eligible populations. This will maximize the efficiency of outreach by leveraging the pre-existing relationships that these programs have and offers the potential to increase program participation across the board. LIHWAP providers should provide access to education on LIHWAP benefits and also resources to prevent water and wastewater service disconnection. We will now transition into reviewing the process for applying to LIHWAP. After LIHWAP providers have posted the application to their online portal, the timeline for LIHWAP applications will follow the following steps. First, eligible applicants may apply in person through the local LIHWAP providers or through the local provider's website. The LIHWAP providers will then have 15 days to respond to the application upon submission. It is important to note that following application approval, LIHWAP providers have 30 days to send the payments for approved applications to water vendors. Finally, water vendors will have 18 hours for a life-threatening situation or 48 hours for a non-life-threatening situation to restore water services. It may be helpful to remind applicants of the application information requirements to help them prepare for the application process. The contents of the application should include the following information: first and last name, date of birth, social security number, gender, ethnicity, race, and disability status. If the applicant does not have all of the information required for every household member, they may still be eligible for assistance for some or all household members. In addition to their household information, applicants will need to provide one of the following depending on their specific situation. If an applicant pays a water provider directly, they will need the water provider name, contact information, account number or numbers, and a copy of their most recent bill. If an applicant's water bill is paid as an itemized portion of their rent, then they will need a copy of their rental or lease agreement showing the breakdown of their rental bill, including water service. If an eligible household rents and does not pay a separate water bill, they will need the landlord's name and contact information and a copy of their most recent rental receipt or lease agreement stating water service coverage and cost. Upon receipt of the required documentation, the LIHWAP providers will need to verify the applicant's proof of income using paycheck stubs or other proof that shows current gross income. This may include self-employment income, contract income, payments for mortgage or sales contracts, reemployment insurance, strike pay, or Social Security Administration benefits. It is important to note that the Department of Economic Opportunity cannot provide funds or direct assistance to citizens, accept applications, help citizens apply for assistance, help citizens schedule an appointment with a local agency provider, or determine eligibility. We will now transition into detailing the requirements that will be followed for the process of monitoring the program. First, the monitoring stage will include the process of verifying program eligibility. The second requirement is to verify the reporting requirements for timely submission of the SF 425 Federal Financial Report, the Quarterly Performance and Management Data Report, and the Annual Performance and Management Data Report. Lastly, the monitoring stage will require the verification of the type of water assistance benefits that were provided to applicants. The number of applicants reviewed will be based on a statistical sampling derived from risk assessments of each LIHWAP provider. We will now transition into highlighting important things to remember before we end our session today. First, applicants may receive only one benefit payment for each 12-month calendar year. Second, applicants may receive up to $1,000 in benefit payments per year. Third, LIHWAP is only for water and/or wastewater bills and not for power, gas, propane, or telephone services. Lastly, the local LIHWAP providers will make payments directly to the utility company on behalf of eligible applicants. We will now transition into explaining the next steps and an opportunity for questions and suggestions. Please be aware of the following toolkits that were developed to provide templates and guides for LIHWAP providers to jumpstart on outreach: the Water Vendors Toolkit, Social Media Toolkit, Telecommunication Toolkit, Faith-Based Organization Toolkit, Multilingual Toolkit, Water Vendor Relationship Toolkit, Public Service Announcement Toolkit, Low Income Applicant Toolkit, Posters and Flyers Toolkit, and a Mass Mailer Toolkit. Following this webinar, you are expected to post the applications to your respective online portals. You can expect to receive these toolkits. You will also be expected to attend workshops. Lastly, you will begin the process of implementing outreach. Please submit all questions to the DEO LIHWAP email address, lihwap@deo.myflorida.gov. LIHWAP.com. Also, we will be happy to receive suggestions for the program success through the same channel. Please note that we have inputted a link to provide more information on LIHWAP. Thank you.